Welcome to Cinematic Legends Unveiled, where the past isn't forgotten, it's celebrated. Today, we journey back to Liverpool in the late 80s, where one loud, loving, and hilariously chaotic family ruled the airwaves. Bread wasn't just a sitcom. It was a cultural snapshot of working-class Britain, filled with wit, warmth, and unforgettable characters. From Nellie Boswell's fierce devotion to her family to Joey's smooth-talking schemes and Aveline's glamour dreams, the Boswells became household names. But what happened to the cast after the curtains closed in 1991? Join us as we uncover their stories, then and now, and see how these beloved stars have changed through the years, right up to 2025. She was the iron-willed matriarch of the Boswell clan, tough, protective, and always ready with a sharp word or a heartfelt hug. Jean Boht brought Nellie Boswell to life with a performance that was both fierce and full of heart, becoming one of the most iconic mothers in British sitcom history. At 54, when Bread first aired in 1986, Boht captured the spirit of working-class resilience in every line. After Bread ended in 1991, Jean continued acting in theater and television, appearing in series like Doctors and Holby City. Though she kept a lower profile in later years, she remained a beloved figure to fans who saw their own mums in Nellie's no-nonsense love. Jean Boht passed away in 2023 at the age of 91. But in 2025, her legacy lives on, as the heart of the Boswell family and a reminder of the strength and soul behind the laughs. He was loud, unpredictable, and endlessly exasperating. Freddie Boswell was the storm that constantly swept through the Boswell household. Ronald Forfar brought him to life with wild-eyed energy and impeccable comedic timing, making Freddie a larger-than-life presence in every episode. At 45, when Bread first aired in 1986, Forfar captured the chaos and charm of a deeply flawed, yet oddly lovable father figure. After Bread ended in 1991, Ronald Forfar continued to appear in British television and theater, taking roles in The Bill, Chalkface, and more. Though he never recaptured the same spotlight, he remained a respected character actor with a loyal fan base. Ronald Forfar passed away in 2020 at the age of 81, but in 2025, his unforgettable portrayal of Freddie Boswell lives on. As a symbol of comic madness, family dysfunction, and the unpredictable heart of one of Britain's most iconic sitcoms. He was slick, smooth-talking, and always dressed to impress. Joey Boswell was the self-appointed head of the household and the face of 80s Liverpool cool. Peter Howitt portrayed Joey with effortless charm and quick wit, turning him into an instant fan favorite. At 29, when Bread debuted in 1986, Howitt gave Joey swagger and sensitivity, capturing the essence of a young man trying to hold his family together in his own flashy way. After leaving the show in 1988, Peter Howitt made a bold shift behind the camera. He gained international acclaim as the writer and director of Sliding Doors, 1998, followed by successful films like Antitrust and Johnny English. Now in 2025, at 68 years old, Howitt is recognized not only as the original Joey Boswell, but as a talented filmmaker whose career evolved far beyond his sitcom beginnings, proving that sometimes the smoothest talkers have the sharpest vision. He was strong, steady, and quietly sentimental. Jack Boswell was the dependable big brother with a heart as big as his appetite. Played by Victor Maguire, Jack brought a grounded warmth to the chaos of the Boswell household. With just a glance or a grunt, he could deliver laughs and tenderness in equal measure. At 22, when Bread began in 1986, Maguire made Jack unforgettable without ever needing to be the loudest in the room. After Bread, Victor Maguire went on to have a rich and varied career in British television with standout roles in Goodnight Sweetheart, Trolleyed, and even a memorable appearance in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. His talent carried him to both screen and stage, including acclaimed performances in London's West End. Now in 2025, Victor Maguire remains a respected and familiar presence in the world of British entertainment, and to fans of Bread, he'll always be Jack, loyal, lovable, and quietly brilliant. He was poetic, dramatic, and delightfully eccentric. Adrian Boswell marched to the beat of his own philosophical drum. Played by Jonathan Morris, Adrian brought a unique flair to the Boswell family, standing out with his artistic soul, intense stares, and theatrical turns of phrase. At 26, when Bread premiered in 1986, Morris turned Adrian into the thinking fan's favorite, a character who was both hilarious and oddly profound. Following Bread, Jonathan Morris starred in the fantasy adventure series The Adventurer and continued acting across stage and screen. With his classical training and natural charisma, he remained active throughout the 90s and early 2000s before gradually stepping out of the spotlight. In 2025, at 64 years old, Jonathan Morris is fondly remembered for giving Adrian Boswell both heart and eccentricity, a true original in one of Britain's most beloved TV families. She was glamorous, headstrong, and dreaming of stardom. Eileen Boswell brought sparkle and sass to the Boswell family. Played by Gilly Coman, Eileen stood out with her big hair, bold ambition, and comedic timing that lit up every scene. At 31, when Bread began in 1986, Coman made Eileen both hilarious and heartfelt. After leaving the show in 1988, Gilly appeared in Coronation Street, Inspector Morse, and Emmerdale. Sadly, she passed away in 2010 at just 54 years old. In 2025, Eileen lives on in the hearts of fans, a bright, unforgettable presence in British sitcom history. He was loyal, awkward, and always trying to do the right thing. Billy Boswell was the everyday hero of the family. Played by Nick Conway, Billy brought sincerity and humor to every scene, making him one of Bread's most relatable characters. At just 27 when the show began in 1986, Conway gave Billy a warm, understated charm that fans loved. After Bread, Nick Conway continued acting on stage and screen before shifting into teaching and directing. Now in 2025, he's celebrated not just as Billy Boswell, but as a passionate supporter of the arts, helping inspire the next generation of performers. He barely spoke, but his presence said it all. Grandad, played by Kenneth Waller, was the quiet anchor in the whirlwind of the Boswell family. With a grunt, a nod, or a perfectly timed pause, Waller turned silence into comedy gold. At 58, when Bread began in 1986, he made Grandad one of the show's most beloved and iconic characters. Beyond Bread, Kenneth Waller had a long career in British television, known for roles in Ripping Yarns and The Fall and Rise of Reginald Perrin. He passed away in 2000 at the age of 72. In 2025, Grandad remains a fan favorite, a masterclass in subtle comedy and proof that sometimes less really is more. He was slick, sneaky, and always working an angle. Cousin Shifty brought street smarts and cheeky charm to the Boswell clan. Played by Brian Murray, Shifty was the lovable rogue who added a dash of mischief to every episode he appeared in. With quick wit and a sly grin, Murray made the character unforgettable. After Bread, Brian Murray continued a successful career with major roles in Brookside, The Irish RM, and Fair City. Known for his versatility, he remained a familiar face on both Irish and British screens. Now in 2025, Brian Murray is still admired for bringing Cousin Shifty to life, a smooth-talking schemer fans couldn't help but love. She was bold, stylish, and never afraid to speak her mind. Martina brought a fierce female presence to the world of Bread. Played by Pamela Power, Martina stood out with her confidence and sharp delivery, holding her own amidst the chaos of the Boswell household. Though her time on screen was brief, Power made a lasting impression. After Bread, she stepped away from acting to focus on writing and creative projects behind the scenes. In 2025, fans still remember Martina as one of the show's most striking supporting characters, a woman with attitude, presence, and perfect timing. She was fiery, fearless, and famously branded a tart by Nellie. Lill was one of Bread's most unforgettable characters. Played by Eileen Pollock, she brought boldness, wit, and undeniable screen presence to every scene. Whether sparring with Nellie or charming Freddie, Lill always made an impact. Beyond Bread, Eileen had a rich career in theater, film, and television, with roles in Far and Away and numerous stage productions. She passed away in 2020 at the age of 73. In 2025, Lill remains a TV icon, fierce, funny, and impossible to forget. She was sharp-tongued, stylish, and full of attitude. Roxy, played by Joanna Phillips Lane, added fire and flirtation to Joey Boswell's storyline. With her confident presence and witty comebacks, Roxy stood out as more than just a love interest. She was a force of her own. Though Joanna Phillips Lane later stepped away from the spotlight, Her performance in Bread left a lasting impression. In 2025, Roxy is remembered as one of the show's boldest supporting characters, spirited, sassy, and unmistakably memorable. She was sweet, steady, and the voice of reason in Billy Boswell's unpredictable world. Julie Jefferson, played by Caroline Milmo, brought heart and quiet strength to Bread. As Billy's on-and-off girlfriend, Julie grounded the chaos with her warmth and relatability. Caroline Milmo went on to appear in Coronation Street, The Bill, and various stage productions before stepping back from the public eye. Now in 2025, she remains a beloved face from classic British television, and Julie is remembered as the girl next door who brought balance, charm, and sincerity to the Boswell story. Awkward, proper, and constantly out of his depth, Oswald Carter was the perfect contrast to the boisterous Boswells. Played by Giles Watling, Oswald's prim demeanor and rigid manners made for brilliant comedic clashes, especially when love complicated things. Beyond Bread, Watling enjoyed a varied acting career on stage and screen, before shifting into politics and serving as a member of parliament in later years. Now in 2025, he's remembered fondly for his role as Oswald, a character whose stiff charm brought balance and a touch of dry humor to the chaos around him. Elegant, poised, and never one to be underestimated, Leonora Campbell brought sophistication and a sharp edge to Bread. Deborah Grant played her with grace and precision, making Leonora a formidable presence whenever she appeared. Outside the series, Grant built a strong career in British television, with roles in Bergerac, Doctors, and a long list of stage performances showcasing her versatility. In 2025, she continues to work in the arts, and Leonora remains one of the show's most polished and commanding characters, a woman who brought a touch of class to the Boswell world. They made us laugh, cry, and feel like part of the family. The cast of Bread left an unforgettable mark on British television. Decades may have passed, but their stories still live on in the hearts of fans who grew up with the Boswells and their never-ending search for a better life. Which transformation surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love classic TV journeys like this one, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more unforgettable throwbacks. Thank you for watching Cinematic Legends Unveiled, where we honor the icons, the moments, and the magic of television history.